5 scariest movie villains ever. We wouldn't be wowed by Superman's super strength and heroic deeds without the evil machinations of Lex Luthor. We wouldn't cheer for the cuddly 101 Dalmatians had fur-obsessed Cruella De Vil been depicted as sweet and caring. But Luthor and De Vil were created as everything but good, because movie villains add spice to the storyline and spin it to an exciting climax. Some baddies are forgivable, some are forgettable, but there are those who are etched in our minds for being realistically scary, such as these 5 fictional nightmarish antagonists. Number 1. Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The fascination with boogeymen in slasher movies was most likely ushered in by Leatherface, a memorable villainous character in the 1974's blockbuster horror film The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface was such a hit that he became a main attraction in later sequels. In fact, a prequel devoted to his teenage life was made in 2017. Physically deformed and severely mentally challenged, Leatherface comes from a family of butchers that relishes murder and engages in cannibalism. Obedient to his family's orders, he kills his victims with a chainsaw and uses their skin as masks to hide his warped face and inability to express himself. The Leatherface character is reportedly patterned after American murderer Ed Gein, aka the Butcher of Plainfield in Wisconsin. Although considered as degenerate and sadistic, Leatherface has definitely set the standards of evil in the slasher film genre. The next time you shiver at the piercing sound of a chainsaw whirring, it's probably Leatherface surfacing in your mind. Number 2. Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. When your dreams turn into a nightmare, what are the chances that it's because of Freddy Krueger? Horror junkies know nightmares have become synonymous with Krueger since he wreaked havoc in the surprise hit Nightmare on Elm Street in 1984. The Krueger character reappeared in the franchise's many sequels, in a TV series entitled Freddy's Nightmares, and even in video games. All of these propelled the so-called Dream Demon to reach iconic status in the horror genre. Who wouldn't be scared to death in his sleep when a burnt and facially disfigured child killer invades his dreams and threatens to bloodily slash him using killer-sharp razors?
Here I come.
Horribly, the nightmare becomes real and leaves the victim dead. So in your next trip to La La Land, when you hear the chanting rhyme, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, wake up and say a little prayer. But when the words segue into an inviting, come to Freddy, it's time to catch the film's reruns and get more doses of Freddy's terror. Number 3. Hannibal Lecter, The Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. Hands down, Dr. Hannibal Lecter is the most critically acclaimed Scream villain. In 1991, esteemed actor Anthony Hopkins won Oscar's Best Actor for portraying Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
And the Oscar goes to Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lambs.
In 2003, the American Film Institute chose Lecter, as portrayed by Hopkins, as the greatest villain in American cinema. Dr. Lecter is depicted as intelligent, cultured, meticulous, sophisticated with impeccable taste.
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Impressive, huh? Yeah, he is all that and more. He is a sociopath who bit a nurse's tongue out. He relished a gourmet meal made of a census taker's liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti. And he brutally murdered 2 cops and wore a mask, one of their skinned faces. It's just horrible to say the least. Much credit is given to Mr. Hopkins for giving life to Dr. Lecter on screen with profoundness and conviction. Through these recognitions, a fictitious forensic psychiatrist / cannibalistic serial thriller that filled movie screens with terror has become a cultural icon. Number 4. The Alien movie series. Before an Earth-stranded extraterrestrial expressed a desire to phone home, there was another extraterrestrial that found a home on a US spaceship and spread terror beyond any viewer's wildest imagination. The alien in the sci-fi horror movie franchise first took the audience's breath away in the 1979 original Alien movie. It's named Xenomorph, but is often referred to as an organism, a creature, a beast, and most fittingly, a monster. Make that an alien monster. And why not? Skeletal and around 8 feet tall, the alien has elongated cylindrical skulls with powerful jaws without eyes and blade-tipped slashing tails. But what is more ultra-frightening about the alien is its savage way of killing its prey. It attaches itself to the victim's face, implants a larva that erupts from the host's chest after a short incubation time. The baby alien rapidly matures into adulthood and seeks out more hosts to reproduce more of its kind, apparently to terrify moviegoers in 6 more Alien movies since 1979. Number 5. Norman Bates, Psycho. Norman Bates is perhaps the oldest fictional villain today at 68 years old who's still familiar and fresh in the minds of millions of viewers. His screen debut was in Alfred Hitchcock's blockbuster movie Psycho in 1960, but Norman Bates continued to scare audiences until April 2017 in the TV series Bates Motel. This proves Bates' enduring relevance as a legendary screen villain because his evilness is timeless and his scare factor is boundless. Bates is an interesting scary villain for having multiple personalities due to dissociative identity disorder. It was triggered by child abuse courtesy of his mom Norma, and intensely developed when Norman killed his beloved mom and her fiancé out of jealousy. Things got out of hand when Norman channeled the possessive personality of his mother, who committed a gruesome crime against a female motel visitor whom Norman fancied. Driven over the edge with jealousy, Norman, acting as his enraged mother, stabbed the woman in the shower, a haunting scene that established Norman Bates as evil reincarnated. A friendly caution: beware when you shower. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel for your daily fix of awesome infotainment.